simplified, you know what I'm saying? Some shit that everybody can understand. Hey.
Yo, it's the kid that did Peter Blvnco, and I'm here on behalf of the Midwest Takeoff, about to perform Sashimi and Rose. Yeah, let's do it, man. Episode 2, we out here.
Keep it real simple, real simplified, you know what I'm saying? Some shit that everybody can understand. Hey. Sometimes I just feel like I be going over niggas' heads and they just be like, man, I ain't listening to this shit. But you gotta feel me with this one.
Now look, I ain't been as focused as I should. I done let distractions come from actions, man, I wish a nigga would. Rolling up is ritual for me. Early in the morning, spark the herbal, then I take a sip of legendary player, nigga stuck in 93. Niggas novice players wake up, smell the coffee. Niggas bars is weak, I probably break out in a minute. I'm allergic, one thing's for certain, this shit is curtains, move with purpose. Don't never let them knock the reassurance. It don't matter if you poppin', keep it surfing. Truth ain't got a rhyme, make sure you witty with your verbiage. Make sure that paper pilot, write your signatures in cursive. Make sure that payout worth it. I like my fabrics Turkish, I like my woman earthy. She be hugging trees, we like the sage, keep it burning. It's a full moon. See, I done watched the phases off the water surface, seep into an empty room. Like I done had my life snatched, poured the salt and womb. To my surprise, can't kill me out, but kill a slug or two. At times I'm lax, I get too comfortable. I made it a mission to find the good in people like the light shit really do. Go day to day, carry this pain like ride bicycles. Or be a crutch, or be a nicer dude. Who? Every step I take, trial and error paved the way. I got a daughter going hard, I had to make a play. Leaving my stamp after I fade away. Legacy, gotta build a village off of more than pain. Let's dance in morning rain, ancestors calling names. Frequencies been dead in me, alignment out of shape. There many me's and little ends, but how I'm out of place. Broke for the art, guess I'm a shattered vase. And I keep this on display. All my trials and tribulations can be studied for the sake of getting greater. Monetary gains, I need the numbers matching paper. And if you lend a hand, don't never ever count a favor. It's blind. Yo, it's the kid Peter Blvnco. I'm here on behalf of the Midwest Takeoff. The song that I performed today, right now, in present time, was called Sashimi and Rose off the EP Champagne and Sushi. That's a tongue twister, so rock with me. But yeah, shout out to the gang. We here. What we doing today?
Peter Blvnco, what's good?
Hey.
Thank you for joining us today. It's a pleasure.
Of
You
course.
killed that performance. So I have a few questions for you, so we can get to know you a little bit better.
Okay.
All right. So tell me, how do you know when a song is finished?
The crazy part is I never know when the song is finished. Like, cause I'm one of those guys, I don't count bars. I just rap until I feel like I get my message across. So it's kind of like, yo, producer be like, yeah, bro, I think you went over, or I think you need to add a little more. So that's kind of one thing that I feel like I probably need to fine tune, like over rapping or under rapping. But sometimes it's just a feeling. I'll be like, you know what? I think that's gonna hit them hard. So it's pretty much up in the air for real, depending on the beat and depending on the mood.
Okay. What's been the hardest moment in your journey as an artist so far, and how do you feel you pushed through?
Honestly, I feel like gaining the respect of your peers and people that you may look up to and idolize, because like I was telling a couple of the homies, like I feel like a lot of people here in the city of Cleveland rather, they don't respect you until they feel like they have to, you know what I'm saying, until they feel like they seen your talent for themselves. Because like I said, the way I just had this show recently, man, it was kind of the fact of people just like not really acknowledging me the way that I felt I need to be acknowledged until I got off the stage, and they were just like, oh, we get it now, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
If you had a tiny desk concert inside of a fast food restaurant, which spot would you pick?
That is a banger of a question. I ain't gonna lie, since I've been on that this side of the side of town that I moved on recently, I would have it at Brunchology.
Shout out to Brunchology because they fire. Shout out to Brunchology. If y'all see this, man, I need a little 15, 20% discount next time I come in that joint. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to y'all.
Which anime character would you let feature on your next track?
What's up with these fire questions, yo? Like, these are out of pocket, and I love them so much. Man, I watch a lot of anime. Jin Woo from Solo Leveling. Jin Woo. I need that feature, bruh. If you watching, I need it. I need that.
Okay, so who is on your manifest list for your future collaborations?
I'm going to take it far left. I need that Lupe Fiasco feature. I'm not even going to lie to you. Lupe Fiasco, and could I name one more? Just for the sake of like an honorable mention. If I had to have an honorable mention, I need a Cole feature too. Maybe I can get both of them on the same track, Cole and Lupe. I feel like that would be like Holy Trinity work right there. That would be fire.
Where do you see your sound evolving in the next 5 years?
Man, like where? I want to get to that level of not even writing, because I take my pen very seriously, but I feel like if I put in enough time with the pen as I've been doing, I could just walk in the booth and just do it like the greats, like Hov and Wayne and everybody else that just put their mind to it and just flow. Like, I want to be formless, like, for real.
Okay. So how do you want your legacy to read when people mention Peter Blvnco years from now?
Pretty much that you can do it too, man. Like, coming from somebody that didn't really have confidence in this, I started off as an athlete, so I just used the same mindset that I had, that same template from, pre-gaming, before the games, and especially big games, where I'm just, meditating, sit in silence, and actually just put my best foot forward and understanding that, you know what I'm saying? As long as I put my mind to it, anything that is in front of me, I can accomplish it. So I want people to look at me and just say, yo, he's somebody that can do it too.
Okay, so last and final question. So what would be some advice that you would give to the youth that are interested in, pursuing a music career?
Stick to the script of whatever you feel like you want to do with this and take it as far as you can, man. Don't let nobody dictate your moves, because a lot of people going to tell you the wrong thing to steer you in the wrong direction to, not have you complete your goal. So just listen to that inner voice in your head on some real serious stuff. Not on no, oh, man, I got a voice talking to me, but like literally like, yo, do what you want to do, how you want to do it, when you want to do it. And that's it.
What's good, you guys? It's DJ Lockbabe here, and we are back on another episode of the Midwest Takeoff. Today, we have someone here who is way more than a gamer. He's a visionary, he's an entrepreneur, and he's out here changing lives, okay? He is the owner of Ethlete Lab in Lakewood, Ohio, and it's not just a place that you go to game, it's a place where gaming meets community. And, it takes the bad reputation off of what gaming is considered today. So we're going to dive in with Mikechec. 1 2 1 2. What's good?
1 2.
Good.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for having me.
Yes,
here,
yes.
man.
Thank you for coming. So what made you come up with this idea?
Yeah, so it all started back in 2022. So, I was in the NBA working with multiple teams, and during the time I got a 6-year-old, so she was like 4. And, as I'm going through these different teams, I just felt like there was more to give. When you work in the NBA for so long, you realize that you can only have so much impact, right? Yeah. These NBA players, it's a lot of investment in them and their development. So I just know I had more to give, and I wanted to be back home with my daughter. So, the plan came about. We created a vision board back in 2022, and now we're here.
Okay, so let's rewind that just a little bit. Give us a little backstory on like how you started and how you got here.
For sure. So, I'm born and raised in Cleveland. I hooped my whole life. So going to high school, I went to St. Ed's. I was a 4-year varsity basketball player. You know, we had some great teams there, and I just knew I wanted to hoop, right? But 5'9", 120 pounds, I wasn't making the NBA.
So you were starting, right?
I was starting my junior and senior year.
Okay.
So
Beating everybody in the neighborhood too, right?
Yeah. The
Period.
people. I mean, it was crazy. every time, you know, Eds would come. I remember my sophomore year, we played against Bedford, and you know, they was booing me. They was like sell out, but we feed off of that energy, right? So. It was just fun, you know, to be able to go somewhere prestigious like St. Ed's and, you know, always had that X on your back. But, yeah, so I played varsity there. Then I ended up, you know, getting a job straight out of college. I was a 4-year basketball player in college. I was in West Palm Beach. In my freshman year, I was coached by Rolly Massimino. Wow. So, yeah, Rolly Massimino, for those who don't know, 1985 Villanova championship. So he's a legend. Italian boss, so that kind of taught me even more. You know, I was blessed to have a lot of good coaches, Eric Flannery, Rolly Massimino, and then I transferred to Urbana University out in Dayton. And there, you know, I think that was my biggest learning experience before becoming an entrepreneur. A lot of people don't know this, and I'll share it. My sophomore year in college, I lost every game. And every single game.
You got to put up more points, man.
Man, 0-30.
You should have took over like Steph.
I had to coach better, man. I had to recruit better. It was a lot going on there, but it taught me. It just taught me, like, you know, you don't define yourself by your circumstances, right? So it just unleashed a different mindset. You know, instead of me like moping, I just became more of a leader. And you know, that sophomore to junior year transition. I was in the gym every day, but then I also took a shadowing position with a guy named John Stovall. John Stovall recruits ESPN talent all throughout the Midwest for high school players.
Wow, shout out to him.
Yeah,
Okay.
so John Stovall, he kind of gave me my first opportunity, even though it wasn't paid, to just kind of shadow him. And through that, I met some amazing people. I mean, I got a chance to meet Kevin Durant. I met Chris Paul. And then I met my mentor at the time, Tony Beaulieu, who was working with the Bucks. You know, stayed in touch with him. That turned into my first NBA opportunity. And then that's kind of, that's where, you know, it took off. Yeah, it took off.
So what you do in the league, though?
Yeah, so in the league, I worked for 3 teams. So I worked with the Milwaukee Bucks, I worked with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I worked with the Golden State Warriors, not in that order. So it was Bucks, Warriors, and then Cavs. So starting off, I was a basketball operations assistant. So I was in the front office. I was doing all of the, like, assisting with trades in the G League, trades, NBA drafts. I was helping scout games, players, and then my role kind of transitioned because, you know, I got that thing on the pill pause, like I can hoop, you know what I mean? So I was out there hooping with them too, like training. And then with the Golden State Warriors, that's when my first opportunity came in gaming. So 2018, 2019, they asked me to come out there, and they also asked me to coach 2K. And it was weird because, you know, we played 2K growing up, right?
Yeah.
Money on the wood.
Like, how did I get on the other side of
Yeah,
this?
how do I coach? Like, I never, you know what I mean? I was off of traditional basketball, and then I took the opportunity, and that was right when COVID hit. And, you know, that thing took off. Like, we was getting ESPN interviews. My team, I had a great team. I fell into that. We went to the championship my first year, lost, and then that kind of just opened my eyes to the gaming space.
So what? Oh, go ahead.
So Mike, sounds like you've traveled a lot in your career. What were some of the challenges that you faced, and how did you overcome some of them, being kind of like the new face on the scene? Yeah,
that's a great question. I think it was multiple things, right? Like growing up, I didn't really have a mentor, and a lot of these kids, like one thing to note, I think the most eye-opening experience that I had going into the NBA was when I worked the NBA Summer League. So at the NBA Summer League, you have Warren Legary. He runs the whole NBA Summer League, and then Albert Hall. And what they do is they literally have like 189 interns running around for 2 weeks.
That's chaotic.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy. So
That's a lot of people.
Man, but I'm going to this thing, you know, I'm from Cleveland. I'm in Vegas for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
like, I don't know what I'm getting into. But a lot of these kids, you know, they're there just for exactly what I was just speaking of, like just to kick it. They don't even have an interest in, you know, being in that space. So, you know, you get a lot of eye-opening situations where, you know, you're talking to kids and they're like, you know, my dad is the GM of the Golden State Warriors, or my father is the president of the Milwaukee Bucks, or even furthermore, my dad owns the Sacramento Kings.
Right.
You know, so they're in this space.
That's crazy to be the kid of that, though.
Yeah, and I'm just here like
Flow seats all day.
man, and I'm just like, I'm the son of Pamela and Martin.
Yeah.
I don't have any backing, so I think the challenge to understand my place and how much harder I have to work. And then the second point is just having a daughter and constantly traveling, trying to keep up with what's going on at home and missing birthday parties, missing kick-its, and you know, being on a different time zone and just trying to keep up with what's going back at home, but then also keeping the main thing.
Right. So would you say that kind of poured over and kind of defined the type of man that you are outside of work?
For sure. I think ultimately that's what led me to wanting to start my own thing, right? Like just understanding that impact, understanding I wanted to move at the beat of my own drum. You know, I mean, I would ask you guys, right? You're all creators, right? Like, you know, it's nothing wrong with the 9 to 5. To this day, I still have a 9 to 5, but ultimately, like, I want to be in control of like my freedom, and not just financial, but my time spent. So I want to be able to do things like this. I want to be able to, you know, hey, Soraya, that's my daughter's name. You know, today we're gonna go wherever, and I'll have somebody cover for me. You know what I mean? And that was ultimately what I saw my future being.
That's dope. That's a dope story.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
So when did you realize that gaming could be more than play? It could be a pathway for the kids.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. My first year doing it, like
First year,
I'm out there. It's COVID. So when COVID hit, this is all around the time. Like I think Kobe passed away in February. I'm out there.
R.I.P. Kobe.
Yeah, R.I.P. my man
R.I.P.
Kobe.
I actually got the Kobe forces on right now. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? Shout out
period.
Mamba. You
Okay,
feel me?
hey, you said put him in the post anytime.
Yeah,
Shoot out. Hey,
I got a
you
question.
know
I'm
going.
just saying, man.
I'm gonna ask that question, but no. To your point, you know, Kobe passed away, and then that's when COVID hit around that same time, and everything stopped. So people were leaving California to go home, and I'm like, I got a month until the 2K League season starts. So I'm kind of in cahoots of like, you know, do I go back home? Will I get stuck at home? Like, I don't want to get stuck out here. I want to be with my family.
right.
So, but when I ended up going back out to Cali, man, I'm like downtown San Francisco, man, probably like in a 1,600 square foot apartment, rent free. $500.
Look at God. Won't he do
Bless
it?
him.
Look at God.
Won't he
Won't he will? Won't he will?
I got more for you. $500 free groceries.
Ooh, and he
$500
eating
free-
good steak.
Man, so
Watch
I'm
it.
sitting here and I'm like, what's going on? And I'm going to work every day, and my work is the living room. Like, I'm in Discord with it. My kids, I'm just watching them play. I'm listening to music, watching them play 2K. And the money was coming in. You know, after, practices was like 6 hours. Sometimes I was, you know, at a kick-it spot, like eating brunch, watching them on my phone, like stepping outside real quick,
So it
talking
was a
to
gravy
them.
position.
Yeah, it was just like, it was
Are they
too sweet of a
hiring?
lick. And I'm like, okay, I need to pay attention to this. And I'm in Silicon Valley. I'm out in California.
Right.
So I'm like, let me dabble in this a little bit more. And then once we won the championship, I'm like, okay, I got a good team as well. It's an opportunity to stay out in California. So at that point, I'm like, something's there. Then I started to dive deeper into why isn't there more gaming lounges out there.
Right.
And just knowing where tech was going, that's what really opened my eyes to
That
it.
light
And I'm
bulb
like,
went off.
yeah, I was like, you know,
Ding,
I
ding,
can,
ding, ding, ding.
I can either be a number in the NBA or, you know, I can be the number.
And listen,
You know what I mean?
when speaking of tech, right, Bitcoin came to Kent State, and I had the chance to get into Bitcoin when it first started, and it was like 50 cents.
What happened?
I didn't believe in digital currency in the future.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was
Still
going to be.
kicking yourself.
You know it's crazy.
Listen,
you know what I don't believe in?
It's
I don't believe in your shot.
you don't believe in my hey,
There we go.
Hundo,
Like,
Chat.
you got no
Chat.
temper.
Telling you, man.
Hundo.
I'm on your neck.
he wants to challenge me to a shoot off in basketball, and hey, listen, I'm gonna sub him in and have him beat you.
You gotta fight your own
Yeah,
battles,
that's because
man.
you
Hey, you gotta fight
gonna
your
be
own
losing.
battles.
You're gonna be
I'm
losing.
trying to tell you.
For the
You got the Orlando Magic's on. So if it was the Cavs
Man, you had
versus
Shaq,
Magic,
you had Penny, you had Dwight.
We had
You got
LeBron.
Ranchero, you
I'm
got
just gonna- we
the
had
Wagner
LeBron.
What's
dude.
his name?
Ranchero. Whatever his name is.
Ranch.
Pablo.
We had Ranch.
Ranch,
You know
whatever.
what I'm saying? So we had LeBron. We had Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? The Cavaliers. We
Okay,
won.
I rock with them. I just ain't got their jersey. You know what I'm saying?
But you're in the Midwest. You on
So?
the Midwest. You the
No,
co-star of the
no,
Midwest Takeoff.
When we take it off, just rock a white tee.
No.
Take it back to 55th. What you want me to do? Just take it back to 55th.
Nah.
But no, that's all good. Man. We gonna get our game in,
Oh, for
and
sure,
we gonna
for sure.
show the world that.
So Mikechec, who crossed you in the G League, man? You ever get crossed by who gave you that work, man? Who gave you that work?
No, we had some good G League players though, for real. Like I would name some guys like B. Jennings, man. Like Brandon Jennings is the most down to earth guy. And we had him. He came to the Bucks, their G League team, and that's right when he was starting Tough Crowd. And I remember like he would hit me up, like, cause you know, as an NBA player, you know, with that type of prestige, you want to be mindful of who you surrounding yourself with, and that, you know, I can't really get none from him. You know what I mean? I'm an assistant, so he would hit me up and we would watch games, but he was definitely nice. I would say the one who probably gave me the most problems when we would train is Xavier Mumford. And Xavier Mumford, he was in the NBA. He played in Spain. But the thing I want to highlight about X, man, I will never forget, X came to me. And this is like, I think, my second year in the G League. And he's like, Mike, there's a guy over there in Spain, next Brian. Who you think that is? Guy over there in Spain, 16, 17, next Brian. Who is that player?
Yo,
Let's call it.
You got it. I don't know.
Doncic.
Luka.
He called it. X called it when he was 16,
17.
17. You know, when you hear somebody, how many times you hear, you know, next Brian, next
Like,
Kobe?
yeah,
You gonna hear it all the time.
whatever.
Yeah, like,
That's Brian.
but to see it is different, man. And like how but X was one where he was a problem, man.
So was there ever like a player that you felt that could have really changed the game of basketball or the NBA that never got the opportunity?
Yeah, and it's crazy because I played him at AAU. I played for King James Shooting Stars in AAU, and this dude, he played for, I think, the City Rocks or New York City Rocks, whatever they call it. But he played with a dude named DeJuan Coleman. Look him up. Bully Beast. Like, he went to Syracuse. But Ricardo Lido, like, he was probably the toughest player I ever played. I done played against some good players. I played against Andrew Wiggins. I played against Spencer Dwidley. I played against some dudes. But Ricardo Lido, like, he was 6'7", wing combo, didn't really play much defense, but a bucket, like I'm off the bounce, catch and shoot, like he'd throw it on, he'd dunk it. Yeah,
It's the bucket. You remember that?
Man, anyway.
The bucket. I just had to throw that back out there real quick. It's the bucket.
He can shoot it.
So something you don't know about. Something you don't know
Might
about.
not do defense.
He can shoot it though. He was
But
a
that bucket.
But how do people that got that much talent not make it? You get what I'm saying? If you got the size, the speed, you got the J work.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, the NBA, like I said, it's an investment, so it's a lot to it, right? Like, and what I've seen with scouting talent is that it's hard to transition, right? Like, one name out there, I don't throw a lot of names out there, but Trayvon Duval, we had him. He was like #1 coming out of high school. You know, he went to Duke, couldn't really shoot it, but he was an athletic point guard, like a lot of talent. So you going from Duke, you know, private flights, you know, catered food, everybody coming to watch you play, to taking a bus to a G League game, you know, making the same amount I was making. I was actually probably making more than some G League players as a 2K coach. That's hard to resonate with.
Yeah.
Now they're asking you to play a role. You're no longer the guy. So, you know, a guy like Ricardo Lido, I don't know too much about his background, so I don't want to speak on him in that light. But, you know, from a talent perspective, like, you can only imagine the guy who's always been told, like, just go score. Like, I don't care about anything else. I probably don't care about what you do in school. I don't care about what you do outside. Just go score the ball. To now, hey, you got to be on time. You know, you got to clap on the bench. You know, when we do call you.
Right,
you
when
know
we
what I
do
mean?
call you.
You
You
got
ain't
to
the
stand
man
in the
no
corner
more.
and make sure when Brian passes to you going 2 for 2 from the corner, like, it's just a different, you know, a whole different mindset you got to have. And I think as a fan of the game, you don't really understand that, but like working in it and see it, you have a different appreciation for those people who are able to transition into those roles. So that's why I give a lot of grace for those guys who, I don't want to say don't pan out, but don't stick around in the league long, because it's hard to transition from being that talented to, you know, having to play a role.
So it was this report that I heard.
I'm not dry snitching on nobody.
Oh no, about
Look,
you, man.
Okay, cool.
I
I'm about to say,
it's
NBA,
you, brother. It's you.
Look, bet.
So I heard from my birdie that, you know, you were one of the first black coaches to win the 5v5 title.
For sure, the only.
Only.
Yeah,
Still.
First and only, yeah.
Oh,
Clock it.
First and only. Yeah, clock it.
Crazy.
Thanks, Cuzzo.
Yeah.
But yeah, so You know, there was one coach, he won 3v3, I believe. But, yeah, I was the first black coach and only black coach to win 5v5. So
Did the Guinness World Record ever come and,
We need to contact that.
you know how that
Yeah. But, you know,
Who I need
we
to-
just
who
need
I
somebody
need
to
to
create
call?
that. We just got to create. We just
Who I need to
it's
call?
out there now.
Right.
Because I'll call.
Yeah,
You know, black
but I
woman.
was,
the
yeah, I
black
was the
woman
first and
effect.
only.
I like to call early too.
So, you know, you say you practice with the Warriors. You practice with some of the Cavaliers. Can you describe what's a warm up like with the Cavaliers, and then how did that transition when you have to put them inside of a video game?
Yeah, so I'll speak directly to because with the Cavaliers, I didn't have much of a touch point with their NBA team, like the traditional side of things. So I'll talk primarily to the teams that I've watched, but they're all pretty much the same.
Okay.
They do something before you get into practice called daily vitamins. So essentially what that is, it's like 30 to 45 minutes work, and it's like super light, right? Like you coming in. What we would do with the Warriors is for the guards, and then that's how you split them up, right? You might have the guards, you might have the wings, and then you might have like the post. So for the guards, we'll start at the elbow where we'll do like some light finishing, maybe 2 dribbles, like you mentioned, 2 dribbles. That's all you get, 2 dribbles. 2 dribbles, layup, you might get a little floater, you might get a reverse, but super light, then get shots up before practice.
So when you do a reverse post and shoot, right? I just wanted to make sure that
Man, I know you
somebody
I know you
can
about
hear
to
that.
say something,
I just wanted to make sure somebody heard that.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
for sure.
That don't mean you can do it.
Right.
That don't mean you can do it.
He said it.
We can't do it, he can
like
do
to
it.
know.
That's good content though. I think that's great content. Get some jerseys, some
Yeah.
Midwest Takeoff jerseys on. What's your go-to number?
Let's get a game
You
together.
like the one? You like what number
7.
you going, man? 7. Then what you going with?
I'm probably number 1 because I'm going.
I'm 20.
Okay, so
I'll
what
do
you
He
21.
gonna go with 00 because that's how many shots he
Honestly,
gonna make.
I'll pick 21. That's my number.
Watch 21. Okay,
Is
you
it-
ain't KG? You KG?
No, that's my birthday.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you? Why 7? Gotta be some
I
reason.
just like 7.
Yeah. Well,
Lucky
to-
7.
Yeah, we gonna test that out. We definitely gonna test that out. But yeah, it's super light work. Like
I'm about to train with him for like 2 weeks and then come find
So you
you.
gotta train. I'm just coming straight off the bus.
off the muscle, right?
Off the bus. I'm telling you.
Okay, so that transitioned you into the Ethlete Lab. So tell us about the Ethlete Lab.
Yeah, so I think just all of those experiences, right? Like with the NBA, seeing how hard you had to work, seeing, how much you got to prepare, right? People just see what's out there, right? They'll see the finished product of this, interview. They'll see the finished product of Ethlete. But, what led up to that work, right? Like what led up, like my story from waking up at 4 a.m. with the Milwaukee Bucks to drive of Brandon Jennings, to Milwaukee before their game the next day and coming
that was
back for
crazy.
practice, you know what I mean? And then doing the whole day, washing the laundry, like getting your hands dirty in that dirty work, and then transitioning into the 2K side of things, knowing that I got the opportunity to win a championship. So winning, the day before and then
Yeah.
staying up until 6 in the morning and having, a film session at 8 a.m., like those
Consistency
type of
and
things.
structure right
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
but understanding like that's what it takes. So
Yeah.
that 2.5 year process, like really understanding that while I was doing all of this, not even to mention, I worked in the Olympics, right, with the Nigerian national team. So all of these experiences led up to, this is what it'll take to get to that future I talked about, that freedom. And now it's carrying over, right? My work weeks look like 83 hours a week currently. You know what I mean? And that's not even talking about like being a dad.
Yeah.
So that's transition, and that's why I'm so passionate about it, because if I can get this education to the parents, not just the kids, but the parents as well, and help them understand, the earlier we get these kids into, this STEM education, the better off they'll be. Than those 83-hour work weeks is what it takes.
So tell us about the Ethlete
Yeah,
Lab.
so
Tell us what
yeah,
it
because
offers.
you
For
mentioned
sure.
that.
Telling you.
For sure. So you walk into my spot, man. We got
What's the
essentially
The
yeah,
curriculum.
Yeah, we
have a
before-
jumper?
before.
So you can't go in there.
All the kids gotta have a jumper going in there.
First off, look,
In order to
you
enroll.
got to
Shot
dribble
the
basketball. Look, before you touch the
No,
controller.
I've been there personally, and when I
Yeah.
say it's an amazing place,
Yeah, you gotta come
it's
out.
gonna wow you when you walk in the building.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and that's what I say. Like,
Monitors and everything.
for sure, yeah. And you can go to the website. Like the pictures don't really do it justice though. Like it's a whole vibe. But as soon as you walk in, you're gonna see 20 PCs on our main floor, and that's for our members. That's for our drop-ins. We got a beautiful cafe to the left for kids to hang out after school. They can bring outside food. Parents can hang out if they want. You know, we don't mind. Everybody's welcome. We have 2 streaming pods where kids can create content. They can game for their own individual experience. And then as you continue towards the back, that's where the classroom happens. And, you know, the magic where we teach this STEM education. So we got 12 PCs in our classroom. All of our desks are sit down, stand up, so you can rise them to the level of your comfort. Continue back. Mind you, all of the artwork in there is, I mean, it's amazing. Shout out to Duvall Ivory. Y'all should really get him up there. He's what make this space, right?
Okay.
I visited gaming lounges from Cleveland all the way to London, and there's no gaming lounge like it because of the artwork that he's done. So as you continue towards the back, you know, you got to really take that in. We have lockers on the left for kids to put their book bags and their belongings, and then that's where you have the more than a gamer tag that hits you as soon as you go to the back.
So how can the parents or the kids who will be like, how can I get into this? How can they find you, and how can they get into your program?
Yeah, for sure. So you can follow us on all social platforms. So you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook for the parents. I got Facebook too, man.
I got a Facebook
yeah,
too.
right. But yeah, Ethlete Lab Academy. And then, you know, go to our website. Like, all the information is there. We're super flexible with our pricing model. Like, we have subscription models, we have drop-in models. We even have free trial models where as soon as you register and sign up, if you come that first 7 days, you get a free hour of gaming and you can get a free class just to test us out before you commit. But we have memberships as low as $50. That gets you 6 hours a month. And then we have memberships as high as $150. And I shouldn't say as high. I mean, as valuable.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
And that gets you unlimited gaming, unlimited access to our space, and it gets you 1 class per week. And those classes range from coding, game design, cybersecurity, and obviously we're messing around with AI just to figure out what makes sense.
It's not just a place to game, but it's a safe space to game.
We teach.
And to learn.
Yeah.
What's been the feedback from the community on your on that?
I mean, I would, humbly speaking, go check the reviews.
There we go.
I heard them. Go check the
Yeah,
reviews.
I just put something out.
Google don't be lying.
Yeah. But that's what I'm most proud of. Like, we talk about how much Tom's put in, but I think the most satisfying thing is knowing that, you know, prior to this, I hosted birthday parties for the Cleveland Cavaliers organization.
Right.
So I took the time to like really understand their model. And I took those, you know, opportunities seriously, and then I brought them over to my own space. And right now, currently, we got 25 reviews on Google, all 5-star reviews. And then we have 5 reviews on our website, all 5-star reviews. So we got 35-star reviews in 6 months. Obviously, trying to continue to tally those up. But I think that goes to show that, you know, not only myself, but my team is working really hard to provide not just a space, but a service that is valuable to the community.
Are the children able to have a competition?
Yeah, so that's what we're doing right now. So actually, to speak on that, we're hosting CMSD's Senate League Championship December 11th, I believe. So they're going to be competing.
Tune in.
I actually met, I was taking an Uber, and I actually met a guy that actually runs the CMSD.
It might be Kenneth Barrett. If it's Kenneth Barrett, yeah, Kenneth Barrett's a good guy. So again, through my Cleveland Cavaliers experience with them, their esports team, they ran their Senate League Championship. The Cavaliers esports team is no longer around. So now, you know, he reached out to me. We got something done. So we're hosting that for them. We're currently in talks with some college face-to-face LAN tournaments right now around this area. I don't want to throw that out there yet, who that'll be, but more shooting towards the spring.
Okay.
And then local tournaments, like really for the community. So we've done a Street Fighter tournament. We actually just got a kid to sign up with a membership. His name, I can't think of his name right now, but he's a top Fortnite player. He's actually moving to Dallas. He just got signed. So he's moving to Dallas. So we're hosting some tournaments. Yeah,
I suck
on
at
Saturdays.
Fortnite.
Yeah, I'm not good either, man.
Man, my 11-year-old twins be dogs me on Fortnite.
They be talking
They
straight cash, don't
man.
they? They be talking
You
cash.
doing that
Dad, you
wrong.
suck, Dad. You suck.
You're doing that wrong,
They be
Shout out
Dad.
to
Yeah.
Caden and Caleb, man. Shout out to my
Right.
boys, Caden and Caleb in the mix.
Yeah.
So towards the end of our episodes and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
We always ask our honored guests to share some motivation, some gems that can drop for the youth.
For sure.
So if somebody is looking up to you to be in your shoes, what can you say to them to walk in your shoes?
I would say it's not a two-step process. Like a lot of people think you come up with an idea and then, you open, right? Like they skip that 2.5-year journey. And that 2.5-year journey is even longer than that, right? I like to say, my whole life has been a journey. And through that journey, you definitely got to give yourself grace and give others grace, right? If you don't, who will? So there's been a lot of situations where I look back and I constantly battle with where I could be, right? I gave you guys a lot of, of my past with NBA teams, with national teams, where I could have been in these different situations or in these different positions, but I'm here, and I think I found my passion and my calling and my purpose. So I think just going through your journey, giving yourself grace, looking at things as, lessons, and really learning from those things and building on them is what will continue to carry you on, and network early on.
Network
right?
or network.
Yeah, I think a lot of times we're afraid to ask people for help, or, this guy, he's too big or he's on a pedestal, he won't help. And I'll be the first to tell you that's how I got to all these places. Like, if I was to dive deeper into how my NBA journey started, you guys would laugh, but it was a lot of me just throwing blind emails out, or, hey, I know about you, can you help me out or give me feedback? So really, the earlier you can network, the better,
Yeah.
How can everybody follow you?
Yeah, as I mentioned before, on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Ethlete Lab Academy. If you wanna follow my personal page, that's Mikechec 1__2 on all social platforms as well. I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
We appreciate
I
you.
really appreciate you. I will be
You
on the lookout.
shared a lot of
for y'all
information
too,
with
man.
us.
A lot of
and
gems.
Sure.
It's very inspirational to the young men out here that have hopes of being in the position that you were blessed to be in. And because a lot of times they think it's far-fetched, and you're here as proof to show them that it's not far-fetched at all. You got to be a little delusional about it.
You got to be delusional. And the last thing I say is if there's anyone out there that wants to reach out, I mean, I got LinkedIn is another good resource. Create a LinkedIn, reach out to me on these social platforms. I'm always open to talking to the youth. Obviously, like I mentioned, 83-hour work weeks.
You work with them all day.
Yeah, but I'm gonna try my best to get back to you because I'm all for helping and giving back. So,
Amen.
Hey, y'all heard it here.
one take, baby. Hey,
You feel me?
Hey, right?
Hey,
We
one take, man.
One take, shawty, man.
Hey, Midwest Takeoff, man. Mikechec 1_2 signing off. Appreciate y'all.
Let's
Yes,
take
sir.
off.